Think about a time you sat in a group and everyone completely agreed on something. Deep down inside your core, you knew with absolute certainty they were totally wrong. You opened your mouth to speak, but a sudden wave of panic paralyzed you. You choked back your true words and nodded along with their falsehood instead. Why do we willingly betray our own senses just to avoid standing completely alone? This is not a personal failure, it is a profound psychological system glitch. Your brain possesses a hardwired terror of becoming an isolated outcast from the pack. We are built to value tribal belonging far more than absolute objective truth. To understand this dangerous defect, we must revisit a famous social experiment. In 1951, a brilliant psychologist named Solomon Asch set out to test human compliance. He invited a group of college students into a room for a visual test. He held up a card showing a single black line on the left side. On the right side, there were 3 comparison lines of different lengths. One comparison line was perfectly identical to the original target line on the card. The other 2 lines were visibly shorter or longer by a massive margin. The task was laughably easy, designed so that a small child could pass. Participants simply had to call out which line matched the original standard line. Under normal, isolated conditions, individuals got the answer right 99% of the time. There was absolutely no trick, no optical illusion, and 0 difficulty involved. But Asch introduced a deceptive variable that changed psychological history forever. Every single person in that room, except for one, was a paid actor. These actors were secretly instructed beforehand to give the exact same wrong answer. The true subject of the study was always placed near the very end. They had to sit quietly and listen to everyone else lie before speaking. For the first few rounds of the test, everyone answered completely smoothly. The real subject felt perfectly relaxed, confident, and secure in their own perception. But then, on the 3rd trial, the dark psychological trap snapped shut. Asch held up a card where line number 2 was blatantly the match. The first actor looked closely and confidently called out line number 3. The second actor unhesitatingly agreed, repeating the exact same obvious lie. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th actors all strictly followed the false consensus. The unsuspecting subject sat there frozen, rubbing their eyes in complete disbelief. Their heart began to race violently as their brain faced a massive crisis. They looked at the lines again, and the truth was still obvious. Yet 5 intelligent people before them had just confidently declared reality was different. When it was finally the subject's turn to speak, an internal war erupted. Should they trust their own physical eyes or yield to group pressure? The staggering results of this simple experiment shocked the scientific world completely. Over 75% of the participants conformed to the lie once. They knowingly gave a completely wrong answer just to avoid being different. When interviewed afterward, many subjects admitted they knew the group was wrong. They simply felt a crushing, suffocating anxiety about standing out from them. They feared being judged, mocked, or viewed as incompetent by strangers. But a smaller, more terrifying group of participants experienced something far worse. The group pressure actually distorted their visual perception and altered internal reality. They genuinely came to believe that the wrong line was the match. Their brains had rewritten reality to protect them from the pain of isolation. This psychological phenomenon is known as the conformity glitch of human nature. It reveals how fragile our independent intellect truly is when facing crowds. We like to imagine ourselves as brave thinkers who defy all odds. But our deep evolutionary biology tells a completely different, darker ancestral story. For hundreds of thousands of years, our primitive ancestors survived in tribes. In those brutal ancient times, being cast out meant certain painful death. You could not hunt large predators or defend your life alone. Agreeing with the tribe was not about truth, it was survival. Your brain still operates on that exact same prehistoric tribal software today. To your ancient subconscious mind, disagreement feels identical to physical threats. It triggers a massive cascade of stress hormones inside your primitive amygdala. Your body reacts to social nonconformity as if facing a predator. This ancient glitch plays out daily across our modern digital society. Look at the current landscape of your favorite online social networks. The digital algorithms act like an automated, high-speed Solomon Asch experiment. They intentionally surround you with intense echo chambers of absolute group consensus. You click on a thread and see thousands repeating the same belief. If you dare to express a nuanced view, retribution is swift. You face immediate public shaming, digital exile, and overwhelming negative comments. Your brain senses this modern exile and panics just like ancestors. So you delete your comment, change tone, and hide your perspective. You slowly allow the collective hive mind to dictate thoughts completely. This silent compliance destroys your personal individuality and kills true creative innovation. We trade our sacred intellectual honesty for the cheap comfort of validation. We wear clothes we do not like to fit into trends. We pretend to enjoy art, music, and ideas that bore us. And we repeat hollow political slogans we haven't even researched properly. You become a ghost living a fictional life inside an unoriginal crowd. But living a lie to blend in carries a massive toll. It creates a deep, painful rift between outer actions and truth. This constant internal friction breeds chronic anxiety and deep, quiet self-loathing. You're betraying your own soul just to please phantom audiences. The good news is that the Asch experiment revealed a secret. If just one single actor refused to conform and spoke truth, the true participants' conformity rate instantly plummeted by 80%. A single ally was enough to break the powerful spell completely. Your voice holds the exact same liberating power in real life. When you have the courage to speak your authentic truth out, you unconsciously grant permission for everyone else around you to do same. You break the invisible psychological chains holding the entire group captive. Stop mutilating your unique consciousness just to fit into broken boxes. Hit that subscribe button and join the Solipce community today. Leave a comment below, reclaim your independent vision, and speak truth.